So I see a lot of people making prompt engineering way harder than it needs to be. This video is about giving you a simple technique and framework to go from 0 to 1 in terms of not really knowing how to prompt, just writing some basic questions into ChatGPT, to having extremely high quality prompts in a matter of minutes. This is not as hard as you think it is. So let's dive right in. So most people, this is how they use AI. They go to Claude, they go to ChatGPT, and they say like, write me an article about XYZ, about dolphins in the tone of a journalist, right? This is like their prompt engineering. They're just asking it to do something, and then maybe they're giving it a tone, and then it spits out this really AI like in the azure depths of the world's oceans, right? And it's just so obvious that it's AI, right? And the goal is to have something that looks more like this, where you have the content generation framework, you have the description, objectives, right? This is the types of prompts that you can have, and you can see that the output is just going to be way higher quality, right? Because you're giving it, and this is what is called XML. And you don't need to understand what XML is, how it works. It's kind of similar to HTML in how it's formatted, but not in how it actually functions. So XML is basically just a way of structuring and formatting prompts. So the simplest way to do prompt engineering is something like this, right? You go into Claude, you say, and then you can use something like Aqua Voice to just like narrate your voice, and you're just like trying to describe what you want it to do, right? So if we go in here, so I want to try to create a prompt that writes social media posts. Your role is to ask me questions to get as much and as comprehensive of information as you possibly can in order to write this prompt. And so start by asking me questions about the specifics of the type of thing that I'm trying to achieve with Claude. And then I'll let it just paste in there. And so now we can see that it's going to start asking me some questions. And so I'll basically say, I'm writing these posts specifically for LinkedIn, and it's specifically for brand awareness and lead generation. The target audience is 20 to 30-year-olds, 20 to 30-year-old women that are looking for beauty products. So whatever tone works best for that, just let me know. And again, it's for different beauty products that we're selling, and the ideal length of this post is for, just however long a LinkedIn post usually is. The ideal is that we'll have some sort of bullet points, and we're basically trying to format it as we would need to format it on LinkedIn. So now it's pasting that in there. And so it actually, I didn't have my cursor in hovering in the box. And so you can see if we go over here to history, I can just copy this in here. Say we're selling all natural herbal skincare products. The value proposition is that it is completely organic, good for the skin. There's no extra chemicals. And yeah, feel free to use whatever engagement tactics work. We can experiment with different engagement tactics. Okay, then I can drop this in here. And so the idea is that, okay, now it's going to give us a couple final questions, and maybe I don't really care about these final questions, so I'm just going to say, now based on all of the information that you've been given, write a comprehensive XML prompt based on the information above with the goals that were specified above. And so now we can see it's going to actually generate a prompt for us with brand information, post structure, content guidelines. And we can see it's taking all the information that we gave it, and it's actually writing this. And so now I'm going to say, now actually restructure this into a code block. It should be all in XML. Use XML formatting for the entirety of the prompt and output in a code block. And so you can see it's pretty simple, right? Basically, we're just giving it information of what we want it to do. We're asking it to ask us questions to pull that information out of us. Then we're asking it to format it in XML. And you can see right here the end product is this is a super high quality prompt, right? And then we can go in and we can fine tune this. Maybe we want to like change some of the specifics of this, or we can go in, we can put this into our system, we can have it start generating posts, and then based on the output, we can go back to Claude and we can say, actually, let's update the prompt in this way, or this way. And so let's say I just drop that prompt into Claude. This is what you would put into an API call or whatever. And so we can see it's generating this post now. And is your skincare as clean as your career choices? See, now this sounds a little bit like AI still. What makes our products different? This is like very promotional. So then maybe I could go back here and I could say, now let's make sure the tone doesn't sound like AI, and let's make sure that we don't make it too promotional. The idea isn't to just promote the products. The idea is to write content that someone that would be interested in buying these products, our ideal customer persona, write content that they would find interesting and engaging, that would naturally call them forth to take the next step in our funnel, but not to explicitly promote our products. So now output this in as an XML prompt again with these guidelines in mind. And so you can see it's like this is just a matter of minutes and we're getting these extremely high quality XML prompts. And so we're going in here, we're giving it feedback on what it did wrong, and now we're just asking it to go and generate. We're not going in and tweaking these specific things. But as you can see, the XML is just literally just a way of formatting it, right? And so now it's going in and it's generating this prompt for us. And once this is finished, we're going to test the output again and see what the output looks like. And so if we go in here, copy, and boom, and let's see what the output is this time. We can also ask it to output in JSON to generate a post based on the prompt above. We can ask it to output in JSON. We can ask it to start immediately with the LinkedIn prop outline. You can see that it's asking us another question. And so we can see now it's going into the science of buckthorn oil in the vibrant orange oil that used as medicine in Northern Europe and Asia. Turn your face slightly orange. It contains all of these things. So this is more of like what we're looking for, right? This is something that someone in our target market would be interested in. It's not overly promotional. We're not marketing our specific product. We're just asking them to comment. We're giving them information about this. And you can see that how much higher quality this is than if we were to just go in and say, write me a LinkedIn post about for a beauty product company, right? And then in this one, it's giving us some scientific ideas based around like someone. And then this is excited to announce our newest skincare. You can see it like has very little context. It's not adding in bullet points. The formatting is off. And so this is actually a strategy that I've been using a lot lately. Basically, I'll have entire conversations with AI where I will literally just transcribe it. And so I created this sense-making role creator. So if I want to like do some sense-making, I added a prompt in here, which allows for like sense-making. And then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just do this. So create me an epistemological sense-making prompt writer. Basically, I want to try to understand the basics of Austrian economic theory, starting with Mises, and then going into the various ways that that's playing out in our modern society, and alternatively in how it like differs from Keynesian economics. So write me using the knowledge in the product knowledge base. Write me a comprehensive prompt and role that will help me dive into this 10 times deeper. So boom, you can see I'm just like having a conversation. I'm taking these ideas that I'm thinking about on a daily basis. I'm having a conversation with AI. I'm giving it all of this information, and it's coming up with these specific roles that I can then add into, a lot of times prompts, you can either start with the role or you can start with the objective, right? And so a more advanced way to prompt is to have it, let's output this in XML. So basically I can say, create an XML prompt that defines the role and then create an XML prompt that defines the objective, right? Because it's like, you are XYZ. A lot of people will say, you are an Austrian economist. Here's the objective. Whereas in this, we're saying, you are an Austrian economic sense-making epistemological explorer. This is your identity. Here's your epistemological foundations. Here's the different traditions you draw from. Here's the different cognitive toolkit that is valuable. Here's your key inquiry domains. And you can see how much more comprehensive this role is. And so it's starting from like, rather than starting from just like the basic aspects of the, internet, you're saying these are the specific frameworks that I want this role to inhabit. And so if I were to take this and start a conversation with this prompt, I'll say, you are this role. And then what I'll do is I'll say, help me understand what is praxeology and how does it relate to the different economic frameworks in our world today. And so you're seeing it's starting at this elevated level where it's very like an expert in a specific thing. So now I'm going in here and it's giving me these hyper specific helpful responses. And like within 2 prompts, it's talking about entrepreneurship theory, institutional analysis, epistemological challenges, the empirical challenge, scientific status, the integration of all of these different epistemological approaches, right? So it's like the quality of the outputs, as every prompt engineer says, is the quality of the inputs. And so by increasing the quality of the role prompt in the objective prompt, that is how you increase the quality of the inputs. And so I hope you found this valuable. Let me know what you think about this strategy of just using Claude to create prompts, which they're then using in N8N system, make.com systems, or just within Claude itself. So I hope you